There's a question I ask people all the time when they're approaching retirement. I ask them, what's the first word you think of when you think of the financial side of retirement? And almost always the answer is the same: freedom, no more paycheck stress, no more deadlines tied to income, no more worrying if I can stop working. Then I ask them the second question: how do you feel about the emotional side of retirement? And that answer is very different. Often they pause and they say things like scary, uncertain, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel or what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll be bored. And if that's you, I want you to know you're not alone. Here's what I believe and what most people never hear. We prepare financially for retirement, but we rarely prepare emotionally. Money planning is concrete, numbers, timelines, but emotional preparation, that requires inward work. It means asking questions like, who am I without my role? How do I structure my days? What gives me a sense of purpose now? And because those questions don't have quick answers, many people avoid them and stay quiet until retirement arrives. They don't want to go there. I've had the conversation with so many people, and they'll say, I'm financially ready, but I didn't know what to expect or how to feel. Some are still working and already feel the anxiety creeping in. Others are newly retired and surprised by the sense of unease. They don't miss the job itself. Normally, they miss the people, but not the bureaucracy. They do miss the structure, though, and the sense of contribution, the feeling of being needed. And because no one warned them this was normal, they start to question themselves. I should be happier. Why does this feel so scary instead of exciting? I should be grateful. But fear doesn't mean something's wrong. It means you're standing at the edge of a new identity. Your brain loves predictability. For decades, work gave your central nervous system certainty. Even if the job was stressful, it was familiar. When retirement approaches, the brain sees openness, not freedom, and openness feels like uncertainty. So the fear you feel isn't about money, it's about not knowing who you're going to be on the other side of work. Let me pause here for a moment. If this is resonating with you, if you're financially prepared but emotionally unsure, you don't have to figure this out alone. You can schedule a free breakthrough session with me at margaretzickcoaching.com. There's no obligation, and I'll guarantee you walk away with the value or insight, even if we never work together. All right, let's keep going. Here's what helps. Instead of asking, how do I fill my time? Ask, how do I want to feel in this next chapter? Because retirement isn't about stopping work. It's about transitioning identity. This phase asks you to intentionally design your days, your rhythms, and your sense of meaning. And most of the time we say we don't want other people to design our days, but we have trouble when we take it on and we take responsibility for ourselves. And it takes practice. The fear softens when you stop expecting clarity to arrive automatically and start creating it deliberately. Here's the shift that changes everything, and it's very subtle, but it's profound. Most people meet the emotional side of retirement with judgment. They think things like, why am I scared? I should be grateful. Other people would love this freedom. What's wrong with me? And the moment judgment enters the picture, the nervous system tightens. Judgment sounds like pressure. Pressure sounds like danger to the brain. So instead of moving forward, you contract. But curiosity does the opposite. Curiosity keeps the nervous system open. Curiosity sounds like this. Instead of asking, why am I like this? You ask, this is interesting. Why might this make sense, especially now at this time of my life? Instead of, I shouldn't feel this way, you try, of course this feels scary. My whole structure has changed. Instead of, I should have already figured this out already. You offer, what if I gave myself permission to explore this, to discover, to really take the time to see who I want to be? That single shift from judgment to curiosity creates emotional safety. That safety is what allows clarity to emerge. Retirement isn't just a lifestyle change, it's an identity transition. And identity transitions don't respond well to criticism. They respond to gentleness, to space, to exploration. When you approach this phase with curiosity, you stop asking yourself, how do I fix this? And start asking, what is this chapter inviting me to learn? That question alone can soften the fear. Most retirees think of the goal is to feel confident before moving forward, but confidence doesn't come first. Understanding does. And understanding grows out of curiosity, not judgment. When you get curious about your thoughts, your fears, and your resistance, you stop fighting yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, energy returns. This is where mindset work becomes so incredibly supportive because the mindset work isn't about forcing yourself to be positive, it's about gently asking yourself questions. Does this thought really help me? Is there another way to see this? What feels more supportive right now? That's how you build emotional confidence, not by pushing fear away, but by understanding it. So if the emotional side of retirement feels scary, this doesn't mean you're unprepared. It means you're unaware. This chapter isn't about losing who you were. It's about discovering who you get to be in this next chapter. If this resonated with you, you might really appreciate the next video. And when you're ready, support is waiting.